Same question and district, District 2. Feel free, please share.
Good evening. I am Crissy Pratt, running for District 2 Board of Education. I am an educator who has spent my entire career in leadership roles, honing skills that translate directly to the role of the member of a member of the Board of Education. In my time in the classroom, I served as a grade level chair, department chair, head of school safety committee, and chair of the school improvement team, all in a school designated by the state as low performing. I've worked in online education for the past 12 years, developing curriculum and multimedia, as well as holding director level roles with responsibilities including project planning, budgeting, and managing personnel issues. My top priority is to improve the academic performance of our schools. If you look at the data from DPI, you will see that our test scores have declined significantly over the past 5 years, even before COVID, and just last month, over 50% of GCS schools were identified as low-performing schools. It is my belief that a weak and inconsistently implemented discipline policy has allowed students to get away with escalating behavior issues that are leading to these academic concerns. Students are filming fights and they're posting them on Instagram for fun and for views. Teachers and administrators, as well as students, are afraid for their safety in some schools. Consequences are doled out inconsistently, and students know that they can get away with being disruptive. These actions from a small percentage of our students are preventing the majority of our students from getting the education that they are entitled to. Upon election, I would immediately push for a zero-tolerance discipline policy to get the behaviors back under control and let teachers get back to teaching. I realize that this would result in a temporary increase in the number of suspensions, but we must convey to our students that there are consequences to their actions. Another high priority item for me is fiscal responsibility and transparency. With the passing of the bond, we now have billions of dollars to spend on much needed projects to improve our schools. Unfortunately, between inflation and rising construction costs, we already know that we're going to have challenges in completing these. I would recommend that we go back to the project teams and ask them to work to find ways to find efficiencies and to cut costs. I would also recommend much more transparency into exactly how our tax dollars are being spent in the school system. The GCS budgets are extremely challenging for a layperson to read, even for someone such as myself who has experience in creating and implementing budgets. They include line items such as ancillary services or workshop expenses, and we need to work to trim the fat and ensure that our budgets are focused on spending that directly impacts student performance. Teachers and support staff are all paid far too little, and they're leaving GCS for better working conditions and for more money. We need to allocate funds to ensure that we are retaining the high-quality employees that we have here. There are many other topics which have been the focus of conversation across the county and across the country. Book banning, CRT, SEL, and all of these are far too complex to get into in much detail in the 5 minutes that I have. But overall, I am against book banning, but I am also aware that there are some books in our school with material that is inappropriate for minors, and I think that we need to have parental consent or alternative readings available for those books. I believe that we need to be teaching accurate history of our entire country, even the ugly parts, but I also feel very strongly that we need to be working to reduce division and not create more. We also very clearly need to work on teaching our students social skills and providing them support after many of them spent nearly 2 years, I know my son was out of the classroom for 2 full years, out of school. We need to help them get those social skills back, but our main focus needs to remain on education. Some of these issues have really become distractions from the main goal of our schools, which is providing a high-quality education for all students. We need to remain focused on what is most important, educating all students within Guilford County. I believe very strongly in public education, that's why I'm here. I believe in GCS, and that's why I'm here. And I believe with hard work, transparency, and open communication, we can work together to make GCS the best school system in the state. I'm Crissy Pratt, running for District 2, Guilford County Board of Education. Thank you.
Thank you, Crissy.